बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम, अस्सलाम वालेकुम। मैं हूं सभी काज़मी। नाज़ी, मेरे साथ अभी फ़लस्तीन के जो पाकिस्तान में मिशन है उसके डिप्टी जो चीफ़ हैं वो मौजूद होंगे, स्पोक्स पर्सन भी हैं इसराइल फ़लस्तीन के मसले पर। ये इनके तर्जमान भी हैं, डिप्टी हेड ऑफ कमीशन है एम्बेसी के, और काउंसलर भी हैं। इनके साथ जो बातचीत है उसमें इसराइल के पहलू से रखना है। प्रोग्राम इंग्लिश में होगा, मेरी कोशिश होगी उस पर सारे सब टाइटल नीचे लगा दें ताकि आप लोगों को ये बात समझ आ सके कि ये मामला असल में है क्या और इनका असल में मौक़िफ़ क्या है, दुनिया तक इनकी आवाज़ कैसे पहुँचाई जाए और इस सारे इशू को कैसे देख रहे हैं। मेरे साथ रहे, मैं उनके साथ अभी बातचीत शुरू करता हूँ। Now I'll come back straight to the point. Right now, the situation in Palestine and what we can see on the news now is with Israel, it's very complex. Every time in the past we have seen Palestine was getting attacked, but this is the first time in the history probably you have an upper hand. What exactly is happening?
What is happening is actually a result of getting a very radical government in Israel, leading the Israeli people. This is a result of a closed political horizon for the Palestinians. We start peace process since 1991. Until now, we reach nothing. We was looking to getting two-state solution, but we don't have a real partner to create peace in our region. The only leader, an Israeli leader, was going to become maybe a good partner for creating peace and stability in our region was Mr. Ishaq Rabin. But sadly, he was killed by the Israelis themselves. And these Israelis themselves are right now leading the Israelis. They are very radical groups, even against any Israelis going to looking for peace. So Israel's government tried to kill the two-state solution. So what we are facing right now is a result of these things. And this Israeli leadership keep daily, weekly attack Aqsa Masjid, which is the most holy place for all the Muslim Ummah around the world, as a Qibla Awal. All what happening right now is a reaction of the Israelis' criminal action against the Palestinian people. They are keeping attack villages, cities, killed their settlers, killed Palestinians in West Bank, again and again attack the first Qibla for all Muslim Ummah. Yes. Palestinian young generation decide to stop feed the Mediterranean Sea fish by their blood and fish by immigrate illegally to Europe. They decide to come to the roots, to become a freedom fighter, to defend the Muslim Ummah Qibla Awal, defend their homeland by attacking Israel as a reaction of the Israelis' attack of the Palestinian people.
So let me stop you here for a second. So you were saying that the people from Hamas, the Palestinians, now they are just trying to take the revenge back from all those years and for Aqsa Mosque. Is that the only two reasons?
The main reason is keep attack Aqsa Masjid as first. Second, the attack of our Palestinian civilians in West Bank villages and cities and killed and burn fire in their homes and cars. And right now, even the reaction of Israeli settlers in West Bank, again, a reaction is they are starting attack the Palestinian in the streets and road in West Bank. This is one of what is happening right now. So as long as the closed political horizon for the Palestinian will keep getting this kind of action against the Israeli action against our own people. So yes. The only solution is Israel's leadership need to accept two-state solution.
I'll come back to the solution, but let me collect some of the information for the viewers. A lot of videos are emerging right now, which we can see from the Israel side. It's the first time in the history Hamas got suddenly a lot of power. They took all the borders fences out and they walked into the territories over there, and they have killed almost 500 Israelis. That's what the Israel media is claiming. And also the Western media is showing these footages of people getting beheading and all that. Now, how would you see all of a sudden Hamas got that much power and weapons? So who is supporting them and how did they get to that part?
I just need to remind you a little back going to the history. This is not the first battle between Palestinians and Israelis. Before we getting a battle in Jordan, we joined the Jordanian army in 1968 in Karama. Okay, and the Israelis was getting a huge loss in that war. In 1982, Palestinians, freedom fighters in Lebanon, Beirut, was facing the Israelis army, and they got a lot of loss, even more than this loss what you are having right now. So when our leadership seeking for peace, looking for peace, this is not because we are afraid of war.
But a lot of people are saying that Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, he's in trouble right now in his country for his popularity, his Supreme Court elections, and his government is really fragile at the moment. So he needed a chance to get the attentions diverted towards, again, this long historical event. This is why a lot of people think it's a false flag operation, which is designed in a way that Hamas will attack, and then this will give Benjamin Netanyahu a chance to demolish all Palestine, especially the Aqsa Mosque and all that region. He wants to completely demolish. He said that we're in a war and we'll do everything possible we can. So what will happen then?
Actually, if you are following the Israelis in news and the article about the situation in Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu is a corrupting person. Many of his government are corrupted, and actually their right place is to being in jail. But as long as they are in power, they are safe for going to the court. So they create problems to stay in power as long as they can, because the only place they are going to reach after leaving their position as ministers and prime minister is going to be in the jail. So according to that, they try to create the problems to stay in their position as long as they can, to be survived from going to the court and being punishment for their corruption. But this is not the issue again. The issue is only we need a real partner for peace, real partner for getting stability in the region. As long as this government, radical government, in power, there is no real partner to create peace and stability in the region. This is the only things. We need to looking for real peace. The Palestinian freedom fighters was attack settlers, attack Israelis army camps, Israeli soldiers. When they killed and injured, they only killed Israeli soldiers. They didn't kill a woman or a child. The Israelis right now using collective punishment against civilians in Gaza, destroy and damage Palestinian civilian buildings, Palestinian civilian homes, Palestinian civilian institutes.
Let me ask you a question now. That Muslim Ummah, especially we have seen in Saudi Arabia, it was just a few steps away from recognizing Israel as a nation. And Israeli recently, the tourism minister also said, we have 6 or 7 countries. We have seen in the past, United Arab Emirates, Bahrain, and all other countries are recognizing Israel. So it was very close deal, nearly getting done, but all of a sudden we can see the situation escalated, and now it's completely on a different side. How do you see that recognizing Israel to this massive conflict? Is someone's behind this?
Brother, just to be clear, Israel are looking and searching for peace everywhere, okay? But they never reach peace if they are not going to the right address. The right address is Palestinian people, Palestinian legal leadership. To getting peace and stability for the Israeli people, the only address available for that is Palestinian and Palestinian leadership. They can looking in all the world. They can normalize the relationship with all the countries, with all the nations. But getting peace and stability for them is only by Palestinian and Palestinian leadership. Become wise and knock our doors. We are there. We are waiting. So this is the ball in their yard, not in our yard.
Okay. Fine. Now, another question comes up with the Muslim Ummah, like the countries, especially we have seen Iran particularly is ready to help Hamas. Hamas is declared as a terrorist organization in the Western world, but Iran is going to support them. We have seen Azerbaijan, is another Muslim country, is totally against this, while we have seen Saudi Arabia is very neutral at the moment. and Pakistan just want peace. They don't want to be a part of any of these deals, looks like now. So what do you think that as a Muslim nation, what do you expect from these countries, especially Saudi Arabia, Iran, Pakistan, and Turkey?
We welcome the support of all our Muslim nations and Muslim leaders. Each one have his technique and his policy in supporting Palestine. We are accepting and respect all their ways and all their policies. Muslim Ummah, we are sure they will never leave Palestinian behind. They will always support Palestinians because they are not actually supporting other Palestinians. They are supporting the right cause of Muslim Ummah. They are supporting the freedom of Qibla Awal, the freedom of Beit al-Muqaddas, the first Qibla for all Muslim. So we are sure all the Muslim Ummah leaders are supporting Palestinian. Each one have his own ways, and we welcome all this kind of support.
Yes. In the past, we have seen a United Nations huge speech from the former Prime Minister Imran Khan. He raised the matter of Palestine in the world, not like the one we've seen now, the caretaker minister, Prime Minister. But Imran Khan was very vocal. He was supporting the Palestine's cause in the world, especially on the forum of United Nations. And we have seen there was a huge following from the Palestine world and Muslim Ummah as well. Do you miss him? Do you think you need someone like him to standing up against these?
Actually, brother, to be clear, Saul was one of our great supporter, and he even speak about Palestine even more than he will speak about Pakistan. And all the Pakistani governments, all the Pakistani political groups are on the same page in supporting Palestine. We are really appreciate this support, and we are waiting for more support from their side. We are always when you are living in Pakistan, we are living among our own people, which are a great supporter. We are exchanged with all Pakistani brothers and sisters, respect and love, and they are share the same for us. We only have respect and love for Pakistani peoples, Pakistani leaders, Pakistani politicians, Pakistani political groups, political parties. We are sure Pakistan, they will never turn their back to Palestine and for Qibla Awal.
May Allah make all these troubles and issues in this region, and especially for Palestine and Israel, to be finished and make your life easy and better for all of us, all human beings. Thank you so much, brother. I really appreciate your time.
Thank you very much. Palestine's in the bad, Pakistan's in the bad. All the best, brother.
All the best.